Hello my beautiful people, welcome, and today we're going to be doing an everyday massage. I'm especially excited about this one because this is like the foundation of massage, the basics, the one that you can do every single day and really feel the benefits because it's all about consistency. We're going to start on dry, clean face, clean hands. First and foremost, let's start with our lymphatic drainage. So we're going to start by opening the lymph nodes. So gently pumping above the collarbones, about 5 to 8 times. The same thing into the armpits. So I like to cross my hands and pump straight into the kind of armpit cavity. Pumping on the side of the neck, under the ears. And then we're going to gently pump under the jaw. So I'm moving outwards and my thumbs are gently pressing up. Nice and long breaths here, calm, consistent, and dropped shoulders, nice long spine. And then we're gonna swipe the hand out from the chin towards the ears. About 6 times, so 3 on each side, and then you can go out and down, out and down. So we are doing this on dry because lymphatic drainage does not need any oil. We're going from temples all the way towards the bridge of the nose. So I'm using my middle finger, you can use your ring finger as well. And then about 5 times and then take it down. So this is the flow of the lymph where we are taking it out and down, and then we're taking it all the way towards the terminal node, which is just above the collarbones. So we are really promoting that drainage down and then again out. So think about it as almost like a traffic jam. You can't clear the traffic jam from the back, you have to clear it from the front. Hence we start here, then we go here, and then we go here, and then it's a long sweep all the way. Okay, now we're going to work with the sternocleidomastoid. So twisting your head to the side, finding your muscle. It might pop out nicely, it might be quite hidden, totally fine. Try to find it, grab onto it, and if it's just one hand that you're working with, then you're just working along the muscle all the way from origin to insertion, from insertion to origin, so the whole length of it. And we're trying to get it nice and soft, nice and malleable. This is very much responsible for our posture, but also the lymph flow, the blood flow to the head and the face. And then if you can do 2 hands, and if you can grab onto it more, then we're going to grab with both hands, and then I'm going to stretch it away from each other. You can also take your head to the opposite side and create that stretch away. Same thing on the other side, you can start with one hand. So massaging all the way, and then 2 hands, stretch and stretch. Very nice. Great. A couple of circles from the sternum. So just opening up the intercostals here and opening up the chest because we do tend to round forward quite a bit. And then peace fingers in front and behind the ear, warming up all those connections of the muscles that go into your ear. So imagine how many connections you have here. So this is where we are really warming things up. And then a couple more on dry, so working more on the deeper tissues. First finger just next to the nose, massaging around here. Great spot to massage if you're working on nasolabial fold or puffiness around the eyes. And then moving higher into the inner corners of the eyes. Again, same kind of circular movements. And just to release the tension in the brows, I'm going to pinch and give it a little rock. Pinch give it a little rock, and then you can pinch along the whole brow. I'm really grabbing onto more than skin. I am trying to pinch into the muscle here, into the deeper tissues, the fascia. So we're trying to break up any stagnation, any fibrosis and adhesions. Same on the other side. This is great if you frown as well. I do. And then we're going to go into some massage with oil. So I'm going to be using an oil. I always recommend squalane, rosehip as base oils, but if you have a mixed oil, so I've got this Chantecaille rose oil, I really, really like. You can absolutely use creams, but of course most creams are water-based, so you are gonna feel like you're losing the slip faster. So we're gonna start with the neck, gentle sweeps from the side of the neck. And then thumbs under the chin, slide them out. So following the contours of the jaw here. And then we're going to continue with a similar movement, but my first fingers are going to go into the nasolabial folds. And I open. This is one of the movements that I put a lot in my book. And because I love this movement so much, it just hugs onto the lower face so well. And then we're going to stay with one hand and sculpt those cheekbones. So I'm getting right under the cheekbone. Great for tension release. The other way. So about 7 out of 10 pressure here. Some redness is completely normal. This is just increased blood flow coming to the surface of the skin. That's exactly what we want, to be fair. And then I'm going to pinch my nose up and down. Releases sinuses, congestion, puffiness around the eyes. And then we're going to work on the tension in the muscle. This is very much a daily practice. So my hand goes just under the cheekbone, and the other hand drags down. Then my hand goes above the cheekbone and it drags down, and I swap in between. You can also just do one hand. If you feel tension in your neck, take your other hand, place it behind your head, support the head, and just use one hand. Nice soft jaw, so my teeth are slightly parted. Same on the other side. I'm going to take my knuckles, pop them just under the cheekbones, and lean my head forward. Move them a little bit closer to the nose and do the same. And then I'm going to create a little C shape with my hands. So my thumb is going under my jaw and my middle finger is sitting on top of my first finger. And then I'm going to place those two fingers into the most kind of tense areas of my chewing muscle. You will know when you got it, because it's a pleasure and pain kind of experience. And I do this move just when I'm watching TV in the evening. Anytime really I'm not in public, I try to massage my chewing muscle out. So I'm working all along it. You can do both at the same time. Try to keep again your mouth soft here, so don't tense. And then we're going to work a little bit into the nasolabial fold. So the nasolabial fold, there's a muscle here that lifts the corners of the mouth, lifts the cheek. So we're going to lengthen. So you're putting your first fingers right into the nasolabial fold, and then you're stretching them away from each other, lengthening it. I've got very plump cheeks, so my nasolabial folds are quite apparent because I have quite a lot of fat in my cheeks, which is a good thing, I think. I'm not chasing any kind of particular look. And then little hooks with the first fingers. We're going to slide them out from the center of the forehead, and then I'm moving a little bit higher, a little bit lower, so working all along the forehead. And then we're going to take just the flat fingers, massage them upwards. So I'm almost sliding my hand all the way up the nose and then into the forehead, and then you can move a little bit out. And here you can use your whole palm. So I like to maximize kind of the surface area. And then the same on the other side. Out, out, out. Lovely. And then let's massage again around the nose. A little swipe over the top lip. Massaging the chin. So I'm going inwards in a little half circle. My thumbs are sitting underneath. And then a gentle sweep all the way down from the forehead, down the sides of the neck, from the cheeks, down, and from the chin, down. I feel very rosy, very energized, and I feel great. This always like boosts my mood, it boosts my mental health. And I really hope that you're finding it just as helpful as I am. If you have any questions, let me know. Let's chat. I would love to hear from everyone. And then we can all feedback each other and support each other. So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here in the first place. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.